I already have a business that's working, that's already producing and making money. I can use the revenue that on paper says I make this much money per year, plus any collateral, which would be considered like land or a building or whatever the case is. You can use that up to that. So I got pre-approved for $5 million.
All right, guys, welcome back to the False Line Podcast here, the best podcast in the world with Eric and Zach and myself. Here we talk about mental health, business, finance, hardships, and the come-ups. We hope to inspire and motivate anybody who's listening. Follow your dreams. Push through any obstacles to become who you want to be.
Bang.
Hey, guys.
Ooh.
How are we doing?
What's going
Good,
on? What's
baby,
going
good.
on? Glad to be
What's
back.
up? What's
Glad to be
up?
back. A little upset that y'all still recorded without me last week.
There was nothing we could have done about that.
What is that? This is episode what? 139.
This is 139. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Thanks for mentioning it. So, yeah.
But we're here. How was? I know you had COVID. Welcome back.
I did have COVID.
We're happy to have you.
No, I didn't have COVID. COVID had me. That shit was bad. That shit hit me hard. That shit sucked. For anybody who hasn't experienced COVID, it sucks. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy ever.
For
I
real?
couldn't breathe. It was so bad. I had to get an inhaler prescribed to me because I couldn't breathe at all. Literally. I didn't eat
You're
for-
serious?
Yeah, I had to get. I had to go back to the hospital because they said I was too fat already as it was. And then
I don't know if you're joking.
Yeah. No,
I don't think he's
though.
joking,
I
bro.
really did have to get an inhaler though. They said, yeah, if you can't. I mean, it look like you can't breathe. Here, just take this. It'll help you breathe. And then I couldn't even taste what an inhaler looked like. I mean, what it
They don't taste
tasted
that
like.
good, bro.
Oh, you
I
have
got
asthma?
one. I got one in my bag for you if you
Yeah,
want
you
to
got
taste it
asthma.
again.
Yeah.
So with that being said, how was your July 4th?
It sucked.
Yeah,
I had COVID.
Oh, wait,
I
no, you
do
didn't.
nothing.
No,
you
you were
didn't.
COVID free by then.
That was Sunday.
So I told y'all I had COVID free, but no. What did we do July 4th? July 4th, we then we went out. I think when I went out to eat, that's it. Really, because I was still you're not gonna just jump into going fucking playing basketball for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Right after you go COVID, you know.
That's
I still couldn't taste, still couldn't smell. My taste still isn't all the way there, or my smell at all. You know, my weight came back though, but
Did it really?
yeah, I think so. I lost like 15 pounds, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, I didn't eat at all.
Should have gave that to me, bro.
You need it.
What y'all
I'm
do?
telling you.
I didn't really do much either. I only hung out at night for a little bit. Seen some fireworks, driving throughout the day, but that was about it. Nothing.
I didn't do nothing for July 4th, but I went to San Antonio this weekend, so.
Yeah.
Ooh, you did go to San
I
Antonio.
did.
There was a lot of people in San Antonio.
It was.
bro.
It was. A lot of people. And
Did
then
you
a lot
go to
of
San
people had
Antonio,
reg-
Mikey?
Yeah, that's like my second home right there.
You went to San Antonio this
Nah,
weekend?
I didn't go
Oh.
to second. I didn't go down there this weekend, but
No.
I've been there. I used to live out there. Yeah.
No.
Who's Mikey? Looking
Mikey.
ass.
Introduce Mikey.
Yeah.
Introduce
We
Mikey.
got a good guest today. I've actually been wanting to have this guest on for a long time, just because from when I first met him and the way after getting to know him for a little bit, I started getting inspired a lot by the way his work ethic is, the way he does things. I mean, he's a business owner. He's just a top of the line guy kind of
Hustler,
thing.
baby.
Yeah, he's a hustler. Real definition of a hustler.
Yeah.
From coming up from whatever he came up with and to where he is now. We have Mikey Orlando today.
Yeah.
Is your last name Orlando?
Yeah. My last
Yeah.
name was Orlando.
Way to know your own guest, dude. Yeah.
I just know they call him Orlando, but I thought that was his middle name
Yeah.
or something
Oh my
like that.
Yeah, it's funny how I came. That everybody called me Mikey. Like I started when I was in kindergarten. I went to the school I went to. There was another kid named Michael in there. So my name is Michael Orlando, but there was another kid named Michael in there. And so the teacher was like, "What should we call him?" And all the kids started saying Mikey. So it just stuck with me forever, all the way through high school. And then when I started working with you or over at the dealership or whatever, one of my old classmates bought a car from me, and she told Leslie in finance, you know what I'm saying? She told her that, oh, we used to call him Mikey, so when you page him, call him Mikey. And she did it over the intercom, and it just stuck from then on.
No
Yeah,
way.
Yeah, so
Oh,
it came
yeah.
back like out of nowhere. Yeah,
That's crazy. I wish I had a middle name. I've never had like a middle name or like a nickname or anything.
Yeah.
It's just Eric.
Literally, it's just Eric. I
Like,
mean, some people
You don't have a middle name at all?
I don't have a middle name. No, a middle name. No, but
I know.
I never had a nickname. You ever had a nickname? Yeah, they call you Slim
Daddy.
because
Yeah.
you built like a beef jerky. But you ever had a, yeah, you have a name too, right?
A
Goyo.
nickname, yeah, but that's just with family. Just Goyo.
Yeah.
Nobody
What
calls
that
me
is?
Goyo.
Where they get Goyo from?
Well, so my aunt,
My
my aunt, she tried to say gordo, and she was young too. She's like just a few years
Is
older.
it a
than us.
dyslexic or what?
Don't say that, because she's actually kind of slow, bro. It's not even funny. Like it's not funny. She's
It's not, but you like she tried to say something. And
but she's disabled, bro. Like real shit.
oh damn.
Yeah,
Yeah, take that laugh back.
Yeah, that's fucked up. But anyways, she couldn't say gordo, so she would only say goyo. So that's what's coming out her mouth.
Aw.
And then ever since then, it was just like goyo, and then that was it. But it never sticks with and no friends or nothing. I don't know.
That is so cute.
So I think you met all of us at the dealership, right? You
Right,
didn't know
right.
any of us before that.
Nah, I never met y'all guys before that. All y'all guys came in. I think I was already a year and a half into it, or almost 2 years into it by the time y'all guys showed up already. So
Who'd you meet first?
Me.
I think Zach. was the
Chill.
first guy.
Well, it
So-
was. He started first, and then he
I
met
started,
me,
And then
Yeah,
Eric.
so
and then,
and then I
Maybe.
passed Zach's level, and then he met you. He met you, and then you just.
yeah,
what?
Zach. When Zach came in, there was another guy who used to work there. We called him Coach. Coach and I kind of seen Zach and kind of took him under our wing and showed him a couple things. And man, he excelled. Man, his first 3 months in the business, he was unstoppable. I mean, he was. Me and Coach sat back like, damn, we created a monster. This kid's insane. I mean, like no joke, bro. He was salesman of the month, like off the rip. He was killing it.
Damn.
He did great, man. I mean, and then it's just proven like he's continued his success and keeps going and keeps going. It's just, I mean, everybody has those off months every once in a while. You know what I'm saying, but he continues to do his thing, man. It was just
Appreciate
me and
that.
Coach sat back like, man, that kid's got it, man.
That's good.
Gonna be
You gonna
good.
make Zach cry a little bit.
Yeah.
Tear
I
up a
already
little
am, bro. I didn't know he was looking.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Nah,
And then
Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that.
And then I came on, and then it just changed the whole perspective of
Uh,
everything.
Hold
yeah, we
on.
weren't talking about you.
Hey, we're
so-
talking about Zach meeting Mikey first.
He was only there for about
Yeah.
three or 4 months, and then I came on, and then it just.
How?
I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
Damn.
on the cool, when Eric showed up, Zach kind of so in the car business, man, if you get a buddy up there or you get a buddy in the dealership, that it tends to distract you some. So really, when Eric came up, it slowed Zach down.
He messed
really.
me up, bro.
Damn.
It kind of derailed him a little
Like,
bit.
fell in love with
man.
me.
But I didn't know what to think about Eric at first, man. I just knew he was funny as hell. Like
Yeah.
every time he come around, I was laughing all the time. So, but now Eric came in, and I mean, same thing. He hit the ground running. He knows a lot of people in town. He knows people that he can kind of filter through and use his environment to kind of create business for himself, and it works for him, man. He does really good with what he has to work with.
Yeah.
But yeah, then whenever you came on, I didn't know you. I didn't know if you,
But like,
was
you
on-
came on and-
Funny. Yeah, you sold a few cars.
Yeah, bro. I was nervous for you, bro. I ain't gonna lie. When you came in, I was like, he's gonna have to get over that being timid thing.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
And
yeah.
So you seem like you kind of come out your shell
A little bit
So,
more.
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
coming into your own and finding your own rhythm and finding your own thing. Like,
Yeah,
You know, you just gotta stay with it, man. Just
Yeah.
keep pushing and keep
Yeah.
doing your thing.
I agree.
Yeah, bro. You be good though. Especially you start, hang out with these two guys and kind of pick their brains here and there.
Yeah.
Just don't get too comfortable hanging out all the time. That's the only thing.
No, yeah, for sure.
Really, we wanna. Sorry to interrupt you. Damn, that's
Damn.
like blinking.
Oh man.
Really, today we're gonna focus on what's the main topic for today.
It's about hustling, grinding,
and grinding.
just the work ethic, and where that all started and where it comes from.
Yeah.
And we got the perfect definition here, which is our guest. So we're gonna get to know a little bit about Mikey, real quick.
And really just how you kind of built that and what started it, what initiated it, and just kind of
Yeah.
walk us through the mindset now, but we're going to just start off with the most basic question, like where you from,
Yeah.
and just
So-
go on from there.
Sure, man. Like, I'm originally from Waco. I was born right here in Waco, Texas, the old Hillcrest Hospital. I grew up here and just kind of bounced around, to be honest with you, man. I lived in North Waco, South Waco, lived down in Belmead, Lacey Lake. You lived down in
Yeah,
Hewitt.
Belmead.
Like, I mean, I kind of went to all kinds of schools. So, growing up, I would live with my parents and I would live with my grandparents off and on. And so we just kind of had a lot of things going on. My parents had a lot of different things that would happen with them, that they would have struggles or whatever the case is. And so I'd live with my grandparents. And they had a little town. There was a little town out. It's called Event. It's on the other side of Gatesville. It's about an hour west of here. So I would go to school out there off and on. And so I went to school out there from kindergarten all the way till I graduated high school, off and on. When I turned 13, I think about 13, I had the option to either stay with my grandparents or go live with my parents, whichever one. I chose to stay with my grandparents. Well,
Was there a reason behind that?
yeah, it's a whole bunch of other stuff that comes with it, but it was more just, it was I wanted to be more focused on. I was tired of jumping from school to school, and high school was about to start. So I knew if I wanted to try to go to college playing ball, I needed to be settled somewhere.
Yeah.
Playing ball? What you playing? Hooping?
No, I played football, man.
Oh,
I mean,
football.
I played all sports,
Eric,
but football was what I was going for.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Hey, bro, can you bring the be a little bit, or you can move the mic.
Bro, what if he,
Don't do
what
it
if he
like
did
that.
it and then just
Yeah.
like,
I'll hit you in the face.
or just be like,
Hey, yeah, how you doing?
Oh, yeah, sorry to interrupt you.
Nah, we good. We gonna edit all that other stuff
yeah.
out. We good. Nah, so at 13, I made a decision to stay with my grandparents, and it was funny, man, because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stay here, and you know, I'm gonna try to stay in a consistent place. Well, my grandfather was like, well, we're moving, so you can stay in this house.
Damn.
But we're moving into town, so you can stay here and go to school if you want to. But so at 13, I lived by myself.
Really?
Yeah, 13 by myself.
Is
bro.
that legal?
And I'm saying like, but it was more like they would come out and check on me, make sure I was good. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I had groceries, make sure I was straight, whatever cases. And I lived about 1.5 miles from the school, so I would run to school in the mornings and run home in the evening or whatever. Like. And so the house I grew up in, man, it was, you know, it was a bad little situation. Well, not bad, but it wasn't the best situation, I would say. So I would shower and things at the field house. So that's what kind of I played sports, showered there, in work cases, and I'll go to the house. But yeah, man, all through high school, it was just
Would you say
on sports, man.
Would you say that you were kind of like growing up poor, since you had a shower in the field house, or what was the reason for that?
Nigga
So-
was at 13 with his own house, bro. He ain't poor. Look,
baller, bro.
Nah, I wouldn't say it was poor. I would say like, so the house that we lived in, or that my grandparents had bought, it was an old rock house, and it was a windmill with a pump and stuff like that, would pump water into it. It wasn't no hot water, right? So it was cold water all the time. So to take a hot shower or bath or whatever the case is, we would have to get the water, boil it, and then put it in a bucket and then kind of dump it on yourself like that, right?
damn, that's the type of shit you see in the movies.
Right. So
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I did that like a handful of times, and I was like, man, forget this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just shower at the field
Oh,
house
I
and just do
gotcha.
my thing. Like, so you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I didn't have no running water like that. Like
Yeah.
I had water. It was just to take a shower in case I would just do it there. It's just more convenient. But nah, I wouldn't say I grew up poor. My grandparents, you know, we didn't have the best the best of things, but we had enough to make do. It was a lot of us too. So I have 3 brothers and I have 3 cousins that we all grew up pretty much all together, off and on. So
Yeah.
it was 7 boys, and then my grandparents had 2 younger sons of their own that were like in high school whenever I was in middle school, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of us that was over there at one time. When I was by myself, they were still kind of helping with all them,
Yeah.
and they would just kind of just pop in on me and make sure I was straight and going back and forth to school. So, but yeah, so I remember my grandfather told me when I turned 14, he said, "You're eligible for what's called a hardship license now."
A hardship license? Is that
Yeah.
just something?
Oh, I
he
think
made?
I heard of that. That's a real thing.
Yeah, it's a real deal.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
at 14, he was like, "We're gonna take you down to the DMV. You're gonna get a hardship license, and then you're gonna buy my car from me, and you're gonna get a job." And so my first job,
Oh, wow.
I was 14 years old. I worked at the McDonald's in Gatesville, and so it was about a half-hour drive. So I would literally go to school, go to football practice, take a shower, drive to a half hour to go to work, and then drive the half hour at like 1 o'clock in the morning, go back home, and go to sleep. And
14 years old.
Do the same thing.
They hired at 14?
I had 14 because I had the hardship license, so I was eligible to work.
so what is a hardship license?
So it basically what it is that you prove to the state that there's the situation that this kid needs to have a driver's license and needs to be eligible to be hired to work because of the circumstances that he's in, basically, which is a hardship kind of.
Yeah.
Like say if your parents are disabled or something,
Right.
and they can't drive, and they need to get doctor's appointment, then you obviously gotta get a driver's license at 9 years old.
Man.
Looking at
Yeah.
You have to go to court for that? Or does
Well,
it just go to
I mean, he
DMV?
just had to go prove some stuff, and I didn't have to do nothing. I just showed up at the DMV, took a test, showed them I could drive, and I was good. But I don't know what all they had to do as far as filing paperwork or whatever cases. They did some
Damn.
stuff like that. But yeah, so I started working when I was like 14 years old. I used to do jobs before that, like, but I would get paid like cash or whatever cases. So I used to work as like a ranch hand where we would herd cattle, we would cut calves, we would bale hay.
You say cut calves?
Yeah.
He's probably the richest 14-year-old.
Yeah, man.
You was cutting balls?
Yeah. So we would, it's funny, bro, because we was the young ones, so we used to have to run them down and tackle them, and then we hold them down, and then the dude would come up, whatever, and he'd clip them right there, whatever
Shit.
cases, and then use his hot iron to kind of burn it. So it wouldn't, yeah, and man, it was crazy, man.
Damn.
I mean, I done did a lot of different jobs, a lot of different things, bro. So, but yeah, that's kind of how I got started and learning how to manage money was I would do these jobs, manage my money. I would buy my own clothes, buy my whatever stuff, whatever case, and I put money up. And so that's kind of how I started with, all right, this is how I'm gonna do my thing. When I get to what I need to be when I'm 19, 20 years old, whatever cases, I'm gonna have X amount of dollars so I can work with whatever case.
Why did your grandpa want you to work? Like,
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
Because there was a lot of us, and he was tired of supporting everybody by himself.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was his kids, your cousins, and your 3 brothers, right?
Right. Yeah.
I'm a little confused. Though. You lived with your grandparents, right? Were your parents just not in your life at the time?
No, they was, but it was more. So from my parents' household, there's a lot of drugs, a lot of violence, a lot of dysfunction stuff that came with that, right? So my pops used to make real good money, bro. Like he used to work on planes. Excuse me. And my mom used to work with him too. So before out here in Waco, they used to have a place called Chrysler, and now it's called L3. So they was making in the early 90s like $30 an hour in the early 90s. Yeah.
Damn.
They was making good money. They was making
like
real
doctors.
good money. Right, yeah. And then but they like to party, man. So they would make this good money, work hard, and they would play even harder. You know what I'm saying? So that's just that was a lifestyle that they were into, that they chose, and we just kind of was along for the ride, basically, man. But we had plenty of Christmases where my dad would just go crazy and buy everybody whatever they wanted. Like he bought 12 bikes one Christmas, man.
Damn.
Yeah, like,
I got a puzzle.
It was all me, my brothers, my cousins, everybody got bikes. Like, and then we've had years where Christmas didn't come till income tax came or something. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just kind of how the thing went. So, nah, man, it was a whole bunch of different deals that went on, and my grandfather was just more kind of trying to instill in me like, you need to be your own man, and you need to be your own man now. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna live under my household, but I ain't gonna wipe your ass for you. You're gonna have to do it on your own. You gotta figure that out, kind of thing.
Did the inconsistency of like your dad like buying the bikes and then income tax, did like fuck you up as a kid or not really? Like how was that like? You're like, oh shit.
I think so. Everybody that knows me, they say like I grew up too fast. So I was already kind of up on things. I kind of knew what was going on. I knew what the situation was, and I knew going into it like, all right, well this year is gonna be a decent year, or this year we ain't gonna have shit this year. Kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I would already kind of know what's going on. So it didn't really mess me up like that as far as, you know, having things, not having things, whatever the case is. Because a lot of times what we would do is, I mean, to be frank with it or be honest with it, is we would just go steal somebody's bike or a scooter or something like that. Like, there was a lot of us, bro. Ain't nobody want to mess with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we would just take somebody's stuff, they would try to come get it back and we'd jump them or whatever. It's a bunch of us.
It's mine now, bitch.
For real, we would, man. But we used to do all kinds of shit like that, man. Like, we'd have backyard football games. It'd be me and my brothers versus like the whole neighborhood. It'd just be us 4 versus like 8 people, and we beat their ass. So
y'all going over to Mikey's?
We would, bro. We would all the time, bro. I mean, there's a bunch of people out there in TSTC campus out there that probably got their ass whooped by us because we was a bunch of us that we used to run around doing that stuff.
Damn, that's crazy.
Damn.
Did your was it your grandparents' idea for you to go with them, or did you go with them by yourself?
So they gave me the choice. They gave me a choice of like, I could stay with them and they would be my guardians, or I could go live with my parents, whichever one I wanted to do. And so at the time, there was a bunch of stuff going on with my parents where they was finna move to Oklahoma because my dad was going for work and stuff like that. And like I said, they moved around all the time, man. They was always inconsistent. And I was tired of doing that. So I was like, nah, I'm gonna just stay here.
What did your parents think about that? Whenever you told them you want to stay with your grandparents?
They were hurt by it, bro. It messed them up. Like,
damn.
It did. Even to this day, like that stuff would get thrown in my face sometimes, or like we'll have this conversation and be like, man, you know, back then this and this and this. And I tell them like, I had to do what's best for me. Same thing, like whenever it's time for you to pick up and move and do what's best for you, you do what's best for you.
Did your brothers go with you too?
Nah, my brothers, they kind of were mad at me too because they decided to go with my parents because they were still kind of young too. And they was more just on some like, we're cool with this. We like this kind of lifestyle where mom and dad is partying all the time because we get to kind of have our freedom and run and do this and this, which was cool. It was fun. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. But at some point, you have to realize it's time to go to work. It's time to put the hustle in. It's time to make this do what we got to do. And I just at a very young age, that was instilled in me.
That's
just
crazy.
Something that hit me real young where I was like, all right, if everybody else is partying, I need to make sure that I'm good. I need to make sure I'm straight. Like that's just I don't know. I can't explain who was the role model to it or what it was, but I just picked it up and ran with it.
You were probably just born with that mindset, like, damn,
seems natural.
I gotta hustle.
Yeah, I think so, man. But it was crazy, bro. Like it was a wild upbringing, but it definitely made me prepared for the world. So like after high school, when I went into the military, it wasn't a hard adjustment for me. Like the discipline wise stuff, that was a little bit different, but you know what I'm saying? As far as like what to expect from certain people or street smarts and stuff like that, like I was already up on things. I already knew everything about that kind of lifestyle.
Yeah. You 14, driving to work, working at McDonald's, getting paid $30. Oh, that ain't you getting paid $30.
Nah, that's his grandpa.
Nah. Yeah, what was a minute? What were you getting paid at McDonald's?
Bro, I remember I was making $5.25 an hour.
Damn.
That was probably minimum wage.
I know, but damn.
I was bringing home. I took home my first check ever was like $212 or something like that.
That's 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks worth of work.
I bet
Same
you
as
thought you
Alvaro.
was like balling, right?
I don't even remember what I did with it.
That's what Alvaro makes now.
Yeah.
Alvaro was like, damn, you make that much?
Yeah.
Like, what, you get OT a lot of work?
Yeah, it was.
Like, they still hiring?
Oh shit.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can edit that
was-
part out. I didn't mean to push you, bro.
And then after that,
That's not good.
so this is what, middle school? What, you're 14 years old, but you're middle school? Are you barely going to high school?
I had just started my freshman year, so I was in high school. Yeah.
Ooh, and you got a car. You probably got a car before anybody else does, right?
For anybody, yeah. So yeah,
Give me a ride.
There's only one car in the student parking lot. That's a freshman.
Yeah, all my boys would always be like, "Man, let's go do this, let's go do that." So really out there though, because it was an event, man. So it's a little bitty town. But I only graduated with 23 people. Yeah, it was tiny, bro. But out there, it wasn't really a lot of stuff to do. So we would just load up and go down, like go over to there was a bridge over. They used to go over the Lampasas River. We would park up on the bridge and walk down and go fishing. We'd do stuff like that to kill time. But really, like 90% of the time was focusing on sports, working out, trying to make sure. Because I was really, I thought for sure I was gonna get a scholarship to go play ball somewhere. Like even if it was just like a JUCO ball or something like that.
What position did you play?
I was a quarterback.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but I say quarterback, but it was, like I said again, man, it's a small school. So I played quarterback, I played outside linebacker, I played kicker, I played punter, I played kick returner.
I thought you were gonna say I said quarterback, but I never really played.
I
so
really I played from the very first whistle to the last whistle. I didn't come off the field. Like,
Sometimes I had to be the referee.
yeah, that kind of everything, bro.
he was quarterback and the wide receiver in the
It was
same
a
in
little
the same
like,
inning.
yeah. It was crazy, bro. It was,
Go get it, Mikey.
It was it was fun though, man. Like it was definitely fun. Man, I got friends since, like I said, kindergarten out there that I'm still cool with to this day. So people that I've known since I was 4 years old that I could call right now and just pick up like we never missed a day.
That's
stuff
crazy.
like that. But yeah, it was a crazy time out there.
Did you play football at a good school? Like were they good?
Nah,
Like to show your talents kind of thing?
Nah, we wasn't good. Nah, we So my freshman sophomore year, we was terrible, and then my junior year, we were pretty good, but we were playing against teams that were way better. So we played against. It was a 1A school, and we were a very small 1A school. So we played against teams like Bosqueville, Meridian, Chilton, things like that, where these guys were getting people that were from Waco, like big 4 or 5A schools, or cases that would transfer to these smaller schools, and they would just destroy us.
1A football. So it's like 6-man football?
Yeah, it wasn't 6-man at the time. It was still 11-man. It's 6-man now. They got rid of it now, but yeah, at that time it was still 11-man football. But
How did
yeah.
they manage to have 11 people on the field?
Yeah, so
It was a whole graduating
it
class.
was for real. We had like 4 seniors probably, bro. But it was we just ran the ball a lot. I mean, I would throw probably like 6-7 times a game. We just didn't have no receivers. We had nobody that could really go out like that, so we would just run the ball. But yeah, we had a good team. My senior year, we went. So now I think it's like the top 4 teams of a district make it to playoffs. Back then it was only 2.
Oh
shit.
So yeah, we finished. I think we finished 3rd or 4th in the district my senior year, and we didn't make the playoffs. So we only lost 3 games, but we didn't make the playoffs. So.
So it was just a lot more competitive. So
Yeah,
that
it
was that like your life in high school then, just like working out,
That's it, man.
football,
Did you ever get an offer?
work?
I did. I played baseball too, and
Where you get at that?
I was real good, but I didn't like it though. But I was really good. I was actually better at baseball than I was at football.
But I hated it.
But I hated it though, yeah, because I could
Damn.
hit the ball I hit like, I don't know, 30 home runs or something my senior year. Like,
Damn.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was really, really good at baseball. And I had I think it was like a partial scholarship offer from like Navarro or something like that.
Oh, Navarro College?
Yeah.
Didn't you go?
something like
Didn't
that.
you go there?
No, it was Hill.
Hill College.
Yeah, it was Hill.
Did you drop
Yeah.
out?
I did actually. I did drop out.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
Did you? You didn't go, right? I forget this.
No, I didn't go to
Yeah.
school. I could have.
He got a scholarship.
Nah,
He got a scholarship.
he was in jail. He was in jail. So.
No, I wasn't. Bitch.
School ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody.
Well, definitely one for me.
You didn't go to school, did you?
Me, yeah, I actually did later on, but that was way after the military, way after I, kind of
Oh,
got
shit.
back into things. So, I mean, I went into the military fresh out of school, or actually a year after I graduated high school.
What'd you do in that time frame?
So, I remember like it was yesterday, bro.
Damn.
The day after I graduated high school, my grandfather again comes to me and says, "I'm putting the house up for sale. You got to get out." Just like that. And I was like, "What am I supposed to do?" He's like, "You figure it out."
Where were they
So,
going?
Just like that.
And they sold the place where the case is. They just moved back here to Waco. They had a
Ah,
place over
shit.
in Waco, so they just came over here. So I wound up staying with a friend of mine that he actually had a scholarship to play at Baylor, and he was stayed in the quad at the time. He used to call it quad, and I stayed with him on the couch for like 7 months. And I remember just thinking like, man, next year I'm gonna walk onto the team just like he did, because I know if he made the team, I can make the team, like all the stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I got in trouble. I got hit up with I was doing some stuff I shouldn't have been doing, and I got in a bind. But the police officer was a friend of the family, and so he gave me an option. He says, you can go to jail or you can get the hell out of Waco and go to the military, one or the other. But if you keep up what you're doing, I'm gonna put your ass in jail.
Just like that.
You were trying to make what team? What team were you trying to make?
I was trying to walk on to Baylor, but a year after, because I was cool with everybody that was on the team. Because I stayed right there in the same dorms instead of the quads when I was. So I used to go out there I literally would go sit in classes sometimes, just walk around on Baylor campus like I went to school there or something like that.
It's like, you don't even go here.
I didn't. I just go hang out. Like I'm just gonna be here for a little bit because next year I'm gonna be a student. But and
Were you a big kid? Like not big,
Nah.
like a fat, like swole kind of thing.
nah, I was always kind of actually skinny. Really, I was about 185. So, I mean, I wasn't like yoked or anything like that. But I was just a skinny kid. I just hadn't grown into anything like that. But I could throw a football 60 yards easily at the time.
How far do you throw a baseball?
Flag pole to flag, or foul pole to foul pole, no problem.
For real?
Yeah, for real.
I
We used
tested
to
it
practice
out
there.
before I could throw football from end zone to end zone.
Yeah,
End zone to end zone, bro.
that's pretty good.
You could throw
That's
that?
far, yeah.
Damn,
Yeah,
a
I
football.
did it, yeah. No,
Damn.
baseball.
Oh, a baseball.
Baseball.
Yeah, that's pretty good though.
Yeah.
Still, that's
I
pretty
see.
good.
I think I was there to see it.
Were you?
I think so.
I don't know.
That's what's up.
So you said you were getting into trouble and the cop just straight up told you that.
Yeah. So he
Did-
basically just told me like, get the hell out of town or you're going to prison.
Damn, what the hell? And you were staying at a friend's house at this time, right?
Yeah. So I stayed with a homie over in Baylor. He played football there and he had a scholarship. He went in the Air Force and stuff like that too. And so when the cop hit me with that, get the hell out of town or go to jail, I was like, well, I'm gonna go to the Air Force too. My grandfather had been in the Air Force, so he was kind of pushing me towards that way too. And so I remember when he gave me that news, I thought about it for like maybe 3 days, and I was like, well, I'm gonna come down here and talk to this recruiter, see what's up. And I got to the recruiter's office. He goes, hey, we got a van actually leaving today to go test for.
Oh,
I
You
was
gotta
about
do
to
it.
say.
Nah, he was like, you gotta go down there and it's called an ASVAB test. He goes, you gotta go down there and see if you can pass this test. And so I was actually an honor student. I'm really smart too. So he was like, you gotta go down here and do this ASVAB test, see where you're at. And if you score high enough, you can go in. So I was like, all right, cool. I went down there and made like a 96 on it or something like
Damn,
that.
that's
Yeah.
real good.
Yeah, I did it really, really well. So they literally told me like, you can be anything you want to in the military, anything you want to. You can pick any job in the Air Force. So I was real good at with wires. So I used to install like CD players and speakers and everything in people's cars all the time. And so I was looking through the job category and everything, and I said, you know what? I seen this one. It said bomber avionics. And so I assumed I was going to be building bombs. So I was like, bet, I'm with that. I'm going to build these bombs up.
Yeah.
They're going to go blow stuff up, whatever, okay? You know? So I chose that job.
You
and it
didn't
was-
even ask.
No. I mean, I read a whole thing on it, and everything that I read about it said it's going to do that.
Yeah.
So
does it show you what your pay is and
I was
everything
like,
on the
cool.
job?
Nah, so the military is different. There's no, like, if you take this job, you get this pay. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
The military pays you based off your rank.
Oh,
So
fuck.
you could be, that's why I got out.
Damn.
So, yeah.
So you were doing the highest level position job,
Right.
And you just being getting paid shit because
Right.
your rank is nothing.
Exactly.
Damn.
So literally, like if you have 3 stripes and you work on airplanes or you build bombs or you do whatever the case is in the military, you get paid the same amount of money that the guy handing out towels at the gym does if he has the same amount.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Damn.
exactly. Because you get paid off your rank. That's how it works. So if I could tell myself back then, I would have told myself to be a bus driver and go to school because I would have basically just drove buses.
So
wherever.
what was that bomber a whatever you said?
So that job wound up actually being there's planes that are considered bombers, right? So there's a B-1, a B-2, like those kind of those are the planes that hold bombs and go drop them. So a bomber's avionics was somebody who would work on a bomber aircraft. Well, then when I got into basic training, they just decided, yeah, we don't need anybody to do that job. We're gonna just put you in it's called avionics, and we're gonna put you on whatever plane we want to. So they changed it up on me, and they did it that way. So I wound up I still was doing avionics, which is basically an electrician on airplanes. And so I went in the military. I got stationed in McGuire Air Force Base, New Jersey. I was there for about 4 years, and I worked on it's called a KC-10A. It's a big refueling aircraft. So the good thing with that is that plane very rarely had like any work for me to do because my stuff never really broke on that plane. So I didn't really work too hard. I just had to make sure everything worked on the plane. But the beauty of it was every single airplane in the military has to be refueled. So that plane got to go everywhere in the world.
Oh.
So I literally got to see the whole world. I've been on every continent except Antarctica now. So
You had to take. They had to take you.
yeah, so you get in the plane and you go wherever you want to go. Like, so not wherever you want to go, but wherever the plane was stationed to go out that day. So let's say they call them TDYs, temporary deployments, right? So you would have to go I went to Guam one time for a whole month.
Damn.
So I got to stay in a Westin resort, and every once in a while go check on the plane, make sure everything was cool. I just chilled out there in
And that's
Guam
it.
for a whole
Damn.
month. Yeah, it was it, bro. It was lovely, bro. That's probably the best one I ever did. The other one I went to was in Darwin, Australia, which was another thing that was just
Good
great.
day, mate.
Yeah, it was dope. Yeah, it was cool, man. But I got out because you got paid on your rank, and so the more and more I kept thinking about it, the more I was like, I had already gotten married and had my first child, and I was like, man, I gotta make more money. This ain't gonna cut it, man. Like, I can't do this. So I wound up getting out, and there's my dad. You know what I'm saying? He used to work on planes too, so I did the same thing that he did. I went and started contracting and hopping from spot to spot, getting the most money, doing that kind of stuff.
After the military.
After the military, yeah. So I tried that for a little while. It was cool, but I would just work all the time, man. I was doing like 70, 80 hours a week, but I was making real good money. And that was out in San Antonio. So that's why I say like San Antonio's my second home. That's actually where my ex-wife and my older two kids live at, is in San Antonio. So I'm actually gonna go pick them up on the 18th too. So shout out to
That's
my boys.
exciting.
Yeah. So my boys will be here. But
Shout out to my boys too.
yeah. But yeah, man, it was a whole bunch of different stuff like that. Like I said, I can go on and on working and all that's like, but yeah, it's just one of the things where it was work all the time is what it was, bro.
So what are you doing? What are you doing now?
So now you follow, today what I've decided to do is actually just refocus on my business moves. And so after the car, 2 days ago, I decided I'm done selling cars.
In case I didn't know, he did work with us at our dealership, and then he decided to take his talents to another dealership recently.
Gave them about 10 days, and I was like, yeah.
So is this before you go on? You told us before this that you had a big surprise kind of thing.
I did.
Is this what are you about to let us know what it is?
I can, yeah. We can let it out right now.
Ready for it?
Because that's what he said. He talking about what he does now. So
Well, that's why I asked. Like, what are you doing now? What's coming?
So
what's the announcement?
So here's
Let's hear it.
so we get back to Mikey the hustler and try to find out how to make money, right? So there's a because I'm prior service, but anybody can really do this. There's a thing called the SBA, which is a Small Business Association, which right now, because of the way the world is with COVID and all these other things, there's a ton of free money out there that you can take advantage of. Well, y'all know, I own 2 daycares here in town right now.
Okay. Shout out to your daycare. Go ahead and shout them out.
This Little Piggy Academy and This Little Piggy Academy 2. So
That's nice.
they
Keep it simple.
They do real good. I got 98 kids in care. My wife does a very good job of managing those and making sure those do what they're supposed to do. And so I got 98 in care and about 140 on a waiting list right now. So,
Damn.
I'm on the waiting list, bro.
yeah,
You really?
Yeah.
It's
Hell
serious.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a serious
He
deal.
promised
bro.
me free daycare.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah.
Look at that.
One day.
One day.
One day out of the week. But he'll charge me double on the other day, though. To even it out.
That's funny.
So anyways, what I'm doing now is there is a specific loan that's called an SBA 7A loan, right? And because I already have a business that's working, that's already producing and making money, I can use the revenue that on paper says I make this much money per year, plus any collateral, which would be considered like land or a building or whatever the case is. You can use that up to that. So I got pre-approved for $5 million.
Damn.
Yeah,
Shit.
I got pre-approved for
That's a
$5
lot.
million, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do? Yeah. So what my plan is I'm gonna buy the facility. I will not, and then I have to. So what I have to do is I have to get a construction loan on top of all the stuff right here. So I have to get blueprints and things like that. So actually tomorrow I'm gonna go meet with a contractor, so I can start getting all this stuff put in place. So my intentions is to buy my facility and double up on that facility where I'll actually consolidate my daycares under one roof, and I'll have just one big building, and then I will use the remaining money as operating expenses, so I can actually turn this business into multiple businesses by opening other venues or whatever, or other things, whatever the case is. So that's my plan.
That's
That's what
crazy.
I'm gonna do.
Did you know you were gonna get approved for that much?
I didn't.
So how'd you find out about it?
So I looked up. I went on just online and started looking at how.
Just Google it up. How to become rich?
Well,
Easy.
He's like after work, like, man, you know what? Fuck
Yeah,
man. Today was a hard day. I'm gonna just look up real quick. How to get $5 million in one day?
yeah. So really, what it was, man. Before I left our spot, you know what I'm saying? I had been putting things in the works and trying to figure out how can I make it to where I don't have to come out of pocket to buy this building or buy this or buy that. You know, how can I use money without using my money, basically?
Why do you think that's important?
Because you don't ever have to take the L.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's never, if you can figure out a way to find a grant, there's a difference in a loan and a grant. So a loan, you got to pay it back. A grant, it's forgiven,
Yeah.
right? So if you figure out a way that you can get a grant and use that money to make more money, it's a win-win. You're not taking any risk by taking this grant money.
Yeah.
Whatever case. Even if it's just $500, whatever the case is,
Yeah.
you can turn that into 1,000 and just keep doubling up on that kind of thing. Whatever. You know, you see what I'm saying?
So you saying that's a $5 million grant?
No, that's
Oh, I was about to say, sign me the fuck up.
no. That's a loan. That's a loan. But
Oh,
see,
shit.
in a sense, it will be because I'm using the material stuff that's there and the business that's already there as the collateral. So I never got to come out of my pocket for anything. I'm gonna get gifted the money.
Okay.
Now I got to pay the $5 million back plus whatever interest they hit on there. But that $5 million will eventually turn into whatever. It could turn into 20, 100, you know, $1 billion. Who knows? It could just keep. It's just gonna keep growing. So
That's crazy.
that's the game plan, bro. So. I mean, don't get me wrong, and y'all know, man. I did very well in the car industry. Like I did very well. So I think what it was instead of me doing this a year and a half ago, I got content with, okay, I'm doing very well in the car industry. I'm doing good to where I don't have to press this issue or make this happen. But then I had my baby girl. I just had a little girl recently. Yeah.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
How old is she now?
She's a month. Yeah. She's a month old to a month and a week. Right? So, I just had a little girl, and so I had to reanalyze. It went from a 3-year plan to now another 10-year plan, right? So I'm a little older than y'all too.
Yeah.
So I'm 37. So you know I'm getting that where I want to retire pretty soon.
Yeah.
So in order for me to do that, I got to figure out a way for my money to make more money. And so I can't do it physically like that no more. I got to do it mentally now at this point. So I just got to change my hustle up a little bit, figure out a way to make this money keep making money, and it'll just be what it is. So
Where'd the education come from? The whole grants and loans and
How'd you know about all that
collaterals and all? Yeah, how did that come along? Or how old were you when you were getting taught these things, and who did it to you? You know, 'cause someone had to teach you, or tell you about it.
So I went to school, like you were asking earlier. I went to school, right? So I was about, I think 27, 27, something right there. And I decided I got divorced and I moved back to Waco. And so when I moved back to Waco, I could tell Waco was on the verge of starting to pop up with things. That
You said you were 24?
25, 26, something like that.
Do you remember what year this was?
Well, if he's 36
Well, he's
now,
30,
It was about,
yeah.
it was
About
about
like
10 years
37
ago.
ago?
It was like 2011, 2010,
Okay.
something like
About 10
that.
years ago, give
Yeah.
or take.
I swear you
So-
can't do math.
Like McLean Stadium, I think was just about to be built, and the highway
Yeah.
was about to start getting widened out. So all that stuff was just about to
Yeah.
happen, and so I knew, like, Waco's kind of it's more of a college town, right? So
Yeah.
the I don't know, like, well, Baylor kind of does have a lot to do with how Waco grows, you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So the way that the school went, the way that the town goes. And so I could tell Waco was about to blow up because they had a damn good football team. They were, in the top 5 or whatever the case is. Old boy had just won the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah,
Like,
I
all that
remember
stuff
that.
was going on, right? And so I was
Was
like,
that
all right.
RG3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, RG3.
I'm not
just-
from Waco,
yeah.
so.
So he Waco was about to blow up. So I was like, man, if I start a business over here right now, in 5 or 10 years, my name will already be well established, and I'll start, seeing some things where cases, because then everything will be floating where it's at right now.
Yeah.
And so now you fast forward to now, and you can see, bro, we got top golfers here now,
Yeah.
main events coming, all these big IMAX here, like all this stuff is about to start blowing up right here. The highway's getting all this wide now. There's a river walk plan now coming into
Yeah.
place, right?
Oh, shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So yeah, all this stuff's about to happen here in Waco. So when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to school for business. I need to get my business degree. So when I went to school, it was weird because I'm 27 years old in a class full of a bunch of like 19-year-olds.
Damn, that's
Right?
true.
Yeah. So I'm sitting in there and I feel like a weirdo because I'm like, bro, I'm in here trying to learn how this. Like, I already know how to do algebra. I already know how to
Yeah.
do like stuff like that. So I don't need these things. So I would try to whiz through that stuff and just bail out of class and so. But when it came to the business stuff, it was more like, all right, I need to really pay attention to how taxes work. I need to pay attention to how, I could take advantage of getting the SBA. So there's actually at MCC, which is a local college here, community college where cases, there's actually an SBA department there that you can go and talk to somebody and they can advise you that, hey, look, this is what you want to do. You need to try to hit the SBA up and try to take advantage of these programs. And they'll
Damn.
put you on game. They'll let you see what's up and try to make something. So like, even with something like this, there may be an entertainment grant or something like
Yeah.
that you can get in to where you can say it'll create a job or it'll create revenue or it'll create whatever the case is. Because at the end of the day, what matters to America basically is the economy getting boosted up
Yeah.
and how much money you pay in taxes. So if you make money, that means that they can tax you, so they're gonna be okay with it.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
I
You see what
see.
I'm saying?
Learning
So-
something.
Yeah.
So you already knew about this grant for a while now.
Yeah, I've been known about the 7A loan for almost about 6 months now. So I was kind of working on doing this, and so my landlord actually at Piggy 2, which is the other daycare, he's told me he wants to sell the building. He wants to sell the building and the property to me. And so when he told me that, I was like, okay, well, what's out there that I can take advantage of that I don't got to come out of pocket and I can find to buy the building from him. So that's what sparked it. And when it sparked, I started looking into it. I found out this loan. And so when I looked into the loan, I talked to a broker or lender the other day, and he told me you can use the revenue from your business that's already making money as collateral also. So my business, the daycares do very well, man. They make
Can you define? Because I really don't know what collateral means.
yeah. So collateral is basically
Wait, hold on. What's fucking funny?
You work in a car business, you don't know what collateral is.
Oh, sorry.
So it's cool. Some people don't though,
Yeah.
man. It's cool.
It's cute.
So collateral is if you instead of you putting up money, you put up like a piece of something that you own.
That's
So
valuable.
like if you have a clear title loan on a car, right? If you own a car outright, you can go to a bank and say, I need to borrow $5,000. I'll put my title for my vehicle up as collateral, and they'll loan you the $5,000. But if you default on the loan, they keep your car.
Oh,
It gotta be worth what you're trying to get, though.
Right, exactly.
You can't trade in your little ass car and try to get.
Right.
no, but like, so like,
100
let's
grand.
say I do that, and what do I gotta mess up on to like for them to keep my car? Like, what has to go wrong?
Don't pay it.
Yeah, don't pay it.
You just
Yeah.
don't pay it. I got you.
Right. So you can figure out ways to double down on a collateral loan. You can figure out ways to add to the collateral to boost your stuff. Like you can figure out ways to do stuff like that. And 9 times out of 10, if you have a bank that works with you as far as collateral goes, they don't want your stuff. They don't want to have
Yeah.
to sell your stuff to try to make their money back. They'd rather you just pay them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like it's very hard for them to be like, yeah, we'll give you $10,000 for this, and then you dip out on them, and now they got. So when you drive by banks, sometimes there's cars just sitting out there, right? That's because those guys defaulted on their loans most likely.
Okay.
And so they went and got their car. They had a repo, put it right there. Now they're trying to sell it to make back as much money as they can from the money they loaned out to Joe Blow or whoever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Interesting.
yeah.
Usually the banks is where you get cheap cars too,
That's true.
because sometimes they just need to get rid of. They need to get something back quick.
So,
they're like,
after you looked up information on that 7810 or whatever, the 718, 738 or whatever.
Yeah. That
Did you apply for it after like a while, or how does that work? Do you have to apply for it? Do you have to go to somebody?
Yeah, so what you do is you put in your information, you let them know what you're trying to do, right? And so you go to the SBA website, it's sba.gov. So anybody that wants to try, it's open to anybody. You don't have to be military, you don't have to be anything special.
You don't have to be a business owner or nothing?
Nothing. You can go right now. I mean, you apply for whatever. All you need to do when you do apply for it, though, you need to make sure you have a business plan. You need to make sure that it's gonna go based off your credit. So you got to have decent credit, right?
You guys are out.
So
I gotta work on my credit.
those two things, and then 9 times out of 10, you got to have something as collateral. So whether it's the place you're gonna buy, that's gonna be the collateral. So here's a good example. There's a show that they flip houses here, right? I don't want to say the name because whatever, right? So there's a show that does that. An easy way for them not to come out of pocket is to take the 7A loan, and what they do is they say, we're gonna buy this property and renovate it, and this is how much it's gonna cost to renovate it. So the cost of the renovation, the cost of the property, and then the value of the house it is what the actual loan will be. So let's just say it's $500,000. They grant that person $500,000. They fix the house up, right? Then they sell it for $1 million. Well, they pay the $500,000 back and they pocket $500,000.
That's probably how they do it.
That's exactly how they do it.
Oh,
that's how
wow.
everybody does it. That's why it's there. Yeah.
Damn. I really did not know this shit.
There's a lot of stuff that he knows, bro. Like,
That's
I remember one
crazy.
time we was at work, and he was just talking about something like, bro, just get some land, start off small, this and that. I'm like, damn, it looks like it's easy, but like there's a lot of work you gotta know and shit like that.
So there's, like you say, there's land, right? So what a lot of people don't know here and I think in every county they probably do this. In Waco, what it is every first Tuesday of the month, you can go down to the courthouse and they do an auction on every piece of property that the city now owns because of back taxes that weren't paid, right? So let's say that the neighbor over here down the street, whatever case is, didn't pay their taxes and they died, right?
Yeah.
The city condemned the house and they own it now for the amount of the taxes that's owed. Let's just say it's $10,000, right? You go down to the steps, you bid on it and you win it. You say, I'll pay $10,000 right now. You win the bid. Boom. Now you pay the back taxes. Now you own the property. You go and see the property and it's worth $90,000 as it is right there.
But you just gotta pay the taxes.
All you gotta do is pay the taxes and it's yours.
Oh shit!
And you own it free and clear?
And you own it free and clear.
That's
That's how it works. Every first Tuesday of the month. People don't know that.
No,
So I got a brother of mine that, bro, he is a guru at finding places that are back taxed. I don't know how he does it or what he does, but he's insanely smart on a computer. And he can find all these places. He showed me one time. There's like 300 pieces of property in McLennan County right now, right?
Wow.
That you can go to the steps and be like, I'll pay $2,000 for that. And if nobody outbids you, it's yours.
That's fucking
And so
crazy.
let's say you bought up, let's say you paid $20,000 and buy 10 pieces of property, right? Well, you can go and say, okay, now I want to borrow against all 10 properties. And if they say, well, actually all these 10 properties are worth $250,000, you can borrow up to probably $200,000 and you only paid $20,000 for them 2 properties. Because it's the value of the property. It's not what you paid for it, it's what it's worth. See what I'm saying? So you use that money to generate more money, pay whatever you got to pay back, and then you put the rest in your pocket.
My mind is blown.
Bro, that's the way it works, bro.
So after you applied for that info, does it one of the little things pop up like, hey, congrats, you just got approved for $5 million or whatever?
No. So,
you think it's like a
fucking credit
and
card?
you think it's like fake, and you're like, man, this shit's fake, you know?
No. So look, I mean, I got emails on my phone and I can show you, but so what happens is this: the SBA works as a middleman, right? And so the SBA is basically a hub, and all these banks are what's called lenders. So you have multiple banks, Ally, whatever banks are out there, right? All these credit unions and everything like that. So what they do is they take your information and they send it out to all these banks. And so literally I'll have 100 phone calls in a day because this guy from First National Bank called me. This guy from such and such bank to call and email me, whatever. All these different banks call me, right? And so every one of them will call me and tell me the same thing. You're approved up to X amount of dollars. Well, one guy called me and I actually got on the phone with him and we actually had a full on conversation. He said, well, based off of what you're doing, you're eligible for the max, which is a $5 million max.
Shit.
So that's why I was like, yo, I gotta go, man. I ain't working no more.
You didn't
bro.
think it was like a scam or nothing like that?
Nah,
Nothing
it's not.
fake?
It's for sure 100%
Because you've
legit.
already looked into it.
and
My
it's the-
stepdad, it does the SBA shit. That's how he just paid cash for that truck.
Yeah.
Bro.
He just bought a
If
truck.
someone would call me and said I can get $5 million, I probably would have thought it was a joke and hung up on them just like that.
Nah, and he wasn't the only guy. Like I took a couple other calls and they all said the same thing. Based off what you're doing, the only thing I have to do, number one, like I said, you gotta have a business plan, which I already have it because it's already in place there. So that's out the way. I gotta have collateral. I already have that because it's the building and the property that I'm about to buy right there, right? And then I have to have construction blueprints, which that's what I'm gonna go work on tomorrow. Once I get those three things, my credit's A1. I'm good on that, and I can use whatever other collateral that I need to put up for. Like I own other properties and stuff like that. I could put that up instead of coming out of pocket. I just be like, yo, I'll put that one up for that. If I gotta come up with another 20,000, here, put that up for that right there. It'll cover the amount I need, and I'm in there.
So you're basically just gonna build a big old daycare, basically.
I'm gonna build one. I'm gonna do that, but also from that, I'll branch off, and I have plans to do a barber shop. I have plans to do. I want to try to do a club. I want to try to do a restaurant. Like I'm about to start doing.
Dude, wait, Mike is gonna be the motherfucker in Waco.
Bro,
That's
like
gonna-
I'm dead ass serious. Like when I say in the next 5 years, I want to have 20 to 25 streams of income coming in.
God damn,
It's
you
gonna
ain't
be
gotta
like-
work. You ain't gotta work another day in
it's
your
gonna
life,
be like,
bro.
forever,
you're
ever.
not that guy. You are that guy.
You are that.
Yeah.
You
I
are
never
that
wanna-
guy.
Damn. So if you open up a barbershop, is it gonna be just your barbershop? You're gonna have somebody try
Nah,
to buy it
I don't
from
even know
you
how to
or
cut
what?
hair. I don't know how to cut hair.
He just
So how
wants
does
it.
that work? Like
So-
for instance, a barbershop.
So here's how it would work. I would buy a building or rent a building, whatever the space is, right? I will literally deck it all out. I'll put all the chairs, I'll get the stations, I'll get everything good, and then I'll go to the barber schools and I'll say, hey, I own this barber shop right here. I have 15 chairs. It's X amount of dollars per week for each chair. You can rent the space from me and make whatever money you want to make on top of that. You come over, you pay me my rent. I don't care what you make on top of that. So if I say you come to my barbershop, it's already set to go. All you got to do is bring your clippers. That's it. You show up, you pay me $200 a week. Anything over $200 a week, you keep. It's all yours. So you make $1,000 a week, you put $800 in your pocket.
So
you
who
put
would be
about
in
$200.
charge of paying you like the rent and like the taxes and all the other shit?
So I will cover. So if I rent the building, I don't got to worry about paying taxes on that stuff. But only thing I got to cover is on taxes, you start breaking things down. That's a good question. So you start getting money, right? You got to pay taxes on everything. So there's a thing called a Schedule C on your taxes. On your taxes, you got to report all the income you get. So if I charge each individual person $200, every one of those people, all those money, I got to keep tabs on. So every week, let's just say 10 people. It's even number. So $2,000 a week, I gotta say I got income, $2,000 a week from rental income. And at the end of the year, I can say this is how much money I brought in. But remember, I paid for all of the chairs, I paid for all the equipment, I paid all the utilities. Those are called expenses. So let's say I made $200,000 from rental income. They'll say, well, you made $200,000, you owe $40,000 in taxes. And I'll say, wait a second, I also paid $130,000 in expenses because I built it from scratch. So they'll say, okay, well, you made $70,000 profit. So if you only made $70,000, you only owe, instead of $40,000, you only owe $2,000 in taxes.
Wow.
That's how it works. It's income minus expenses. That's what's called adjusted gross income. Once you get that adjusted gross income, that's what's taxable. It's not how much money you make, it's how much money you profited is what's taxable. Now, there's credits now that go into that, right? And so it's a lot, bro. I know it's a lot.
I'm just like, okay.
I'm like, I need a weekly class with
Bro, I'm
Mike.
telling you, there's a way. So that's the thing too. I wanted to tell you. Look, so everybody has a dream of making the money, right? Everybody wants to be a millionaire. Everybody wants to make all the money. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Nobody realizes once you make it, guess who's in your pocket? Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam's in your pocket all day. And so
That
you make
nigga's in my paycheck every week.
every week. And so look, if you don't realize, like, so if you ain't getting medical and FICA and all that stuff pulled out of your money, at the end of the year, he gonna be like, hey, bro, you just brought in $100,000. I need my cut.
My cut.
Give me that back.
That's how he's gonna do it.
You thought you were gonna get that money? Nope.
Yeah.
You're right here.
Yeah.
And normally, especially if you're a single dude, whatever case, it's like 30%.
It's a lot.
So if you made 100,000, he need 30.
Damn.
That's how it works.
That's how the way America works.
That's the way it works.
That's America for you.
America.
So would you have to hire like a
Bookkeeper.
I'm gonna have to hire everybody, bro.
like an owner though kind of thing for like just for instance for the barbershop, somebody to keep pace, like keep track of that building alone?
Yeah. So I would. So at every single facility, I have a manager, right? Somebody I put in place that I trust, that I know that knows how to keep track of payments, that knows how to keep track of utilities, and knows how. So at my daycares, it's my wife. She runs those two, and then she has people. The two people right up underneath her are called directors. So she's the manager over both facilities. She has a director at one and a director at two, like that. So all three of them combined make sure that everything's floating the way it's supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? And so, and on top of that, I always check. On my phone, I can log in and see who's behind on payments, where we at as far as income wise, who's not paying right now, what employees I haven't been showing up for work right now, but they're still somehow clocking in hours right now, stuff like that. So if you don't micromanage your business, even like right now, I can log in right now and I can see who's been there, who got whatever cases. Because if you don't keep an eye on it, somebody's gonna try you.
Yeah.
That's just how that's just how it always will be. Somebody
Like
will try
Selena.
everybody. That's
Selena.
how I mean, exactly, bro. Just like that. But somebody's gonna try it. I mean,
Because you could be making all this money and whatnot and have all these businesses steady income and not be one of those managers that just checks them like, I'm making all this money, I don't need to worry about it. They got it. And after a while, it'll just go downhill.
yeah, somebody's just forking or just pulling some off the side or putting some in there, and you'll never know. But you got to be able to keep track of all those things. So when I do all these moves, I got to hire a CPA who's an accountant, basically. I got to hire a bookkeeper who's going to be able to keep all my books and all that stuff like that. Like everything, man. It's going to have to come down to all that stuff. But the good thing is those are all expenses. So everybody that I hire, that I pay, is going to be an expense. So if I make X amount of dollars, I paid X amount of dollars. So I only pay taxes on this much rather than the whole pie.
That's good. That's interesting.
That's a lot that you have to keep up with though, bro.
Yeah, it
It's
is a lot.
I would not be able to do that. Not all that though.
From-
Maybe somewhat, because I'm a gifted student, but whatever.
From
Just
all
keep
those
keep that in
things-
mind when you want to hire somebody.
all those things and like starting your business and all that. Who are some people, if there was any people that influenced or impacted those decisions, like or like that you can think of?
Yeah, man. I mean, my number one influencer was my grandfather, bro. Like, I seen that man work from the day I was born, man. I mean, and he would always want to do a business, but because he was so bogged down with everybody else's issues and troubles and things like that, he never had the time to put into it. But he always had these great ideas. And so he told me a long time ago, like, he made a good point to me. He said, don't try to reinvent the wheel. Just do what everybody else does and get your slice of the pie, right? And so his idea of an easy way to make money was sell tacos.
For real?
Sell tacos. And bro, they tried one time out in a little town called McGregor, and it got it going for a little while, and then more family issues came up and they had to shut it down.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, he was gonna sell tacos. That's all. I mean, he wasn't trying to make anything fancy or anything crazy with it. He's just like, I'm gonna just sell tacos and just make money like that. So,
Yeah.
And it would have been successful because now you see taco trucks everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, at
And
the
they can
time,
kill
it was
it,
like
too.
nobody. He was the only person that was gonna do that.
Yeah.
It was it. So, and I'm talking like back in 1990, he was gonna do this. So,
Damn.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, I would just say that the main dude was my grandfather, man. That was the main dude. But I think a lot of it though with him though too, what I seen was, so I have a Batman reference, right? So he was always trying to save everybody, trying to be Batman.
Yeah.
He was trying to save everybody, right? What I wanted to do was I was like, okay, I see what you're saying and trying to help everybody, make sure everybody's good and everything like that. I don't want to be Batman though.
Yeah.
I want to be Bruce Wayne.
You want to be Bruce Wayne?
Because if you ever notice the difference between Batman and Bruce Wayne, like the actual difference, Batman is the guy who saves everybody. He's got the big heart and everything like that. Bruce Wayne is like, yeah, I care and I'm gonna try to help out, but I'm about my money, bro.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get paid. Like, and that's what it comes down to, man. You can't always save everybody. You can't always try to put everybody on. You can't always try to take everybody to the top with you. You can't always try to help everybody out, man. And so I learned that. It took me a long time to learn it, but once I did, bruh, I've been nonstop.
That's crazy.
Nonstop, bro.
Damn. So everybody that's listening, give it 5 years and he gonna have a
I'm gonna have
barber
everything.
shop. Are they gonna be close together kind of thing? Or you gonna
Nah,
like
it'll be
spread them out?
spaced out. It'll be all over town. Like I'm trying to do. So the town I'm in right now, I just moved over there in Robinson. There's some things over there that they don't have. That there's no competition. It's just not there.
Yeah.
But there's so much potential there that I'm like, if I put this up, I mean, just off of pure luck and just pure numbers, it's gonna be a success just off of that, because there's not there. So if I put things up over there, it'll be successful. Also with like the big goal, the big one is gonna be a nightclub or like a sports bar, something like that.
Oh, something like that would be nice. After the whole COVID thing, like after it goes away, hopefully, that'll probably take off.
Oh yeah.
What if you put something like that, right? Like, so I went. Excuse me.
Yeah,
I went
fuck
to that concert the other night, right? So that's
Snoop.
one. I went to the Snoop Dogg concert the other night. So that guy, they sold that bar right there sold over 2,000 tickets at $100 a pop.
Damn.
Yeah.
2,000?
Yeah,
Damn.
it's $100. It was like $97 per ticket.
What the fuck?
Think about that in one night. That's not counting all the alcohol they sold
Yeah.
too to those 2,000 people. Just the door.
Is there an entrance fee to get in?
It was $100.
It was
No,
yeah.
just pay for the
Yeah.
ticket. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Shit.
there was over 2,000 people out there. That's
That's
what I'm saying. That's why I mean, like Waco. There's so many ways to make money, and it was what the other thing was crazy is like, you think about like, okay, you set a goal, right? Let's say like I want to make $10 million or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's just say $100,000. You want to make $100,000 in a year. It's that number sounds huge, so it's intimidating to most people. Simplify it. Drop it all the way down to what would I have to do per day, and then you can make it even easier and say like, okay, instead of doing it per day, what if I only worked 5 days out of the week, and just say there's 365 days in a year. If you only work 250 of those days and take the other 115 off and just chill weekends or whatever the case is, let's just say 250 days. If you make $400 a day for 250 days, that's $100,000. That's it.
Yeah.
You can cut grass.
$400 a day.
You can cut grass and do that.
Yeah.
It's easy. Bruh, just think about it. Like, you could buy and sell a set of rims a day, and you make that money.
Basically, bro.
I mean, it's easy. You gotta simply. So I say that to say these numbers sound huge. They sound unobtainable. So if you simplify it, make it easier, it really ain't. It's honestly simple.
Yeah.
People overcomplicate it and they get scared of like, bro, there's no way I can make $100,000. I can't be a millionaire. I can't do that. Dumb it down. Get it all the way down to simplifying it, man. Make it easy, and it comes out so simple. Like
You kind of answered a question that I was gonna say before we wrapped up. Like, just do you have any advice or life hacks for anyone who's looking to go that route? That maybe if it's 6 figures or if it's $1 million.
I fuck 6 figures. I'm trying to hit 8 figures.
Yeah, bro.
There's a lot. I mean, after that, bro, I want to look more into doing something like that, bro.
Hey, bro, chill out. Very still
You
trying
know.
to hit 5.
5.
4 digits. You're just trying to hit 4 digits.
That's crazy.
There's like a lot of
bro.
money out there that's just stupid free money that anybody can.
So man, I would 100% encourage anybody with a business mentality or a business mind or anybody who just has an idea to try to do something. Go to the SBA website, sba.gov. Go to that. Do some research. Look into some things, man. There's grants out there. There's local money. So like, there's a thing in the county in Waco itself has a thing called a Tif Grant. And the Tif Grant, what it is if you can prove check this out. If you can prove to the city that you can use the taxpayers' money of the city to create more money and create more jobs, they'll give you money. So check this out. There's a dude here in town. He convinced the city that he would build all these things downtown. So the new hotels that are going down, that mod pizza place, like all those things that are going, Putters, whatever, all that kind of stuff right there, right? So all those buildings, this dude convinced the city, and they gave him $380 million.
That's it?
Fucking hell. 380 mil.
Yeah, because he convinced them like, hey, look, I'm gonna do this, but it'll create this many more jobs, which creates more income, which creates more tax dollars.
He had a fucking business plan.
Bro, I'm saying you gotta put the stuff together. You gotta have all these things in line. You
Yeah,
can't
I
just
know
walk
he
in there with a pipe dream. You gotta actually have it on paper, document, and everything work. But he did it. And he
That's-
made it work, and they gave him $300-something
That's
million, bro.
insane.
Yeah, that dude hit Top Girls for the week for real.
Yeah, bro,
Top
killed
goes
it.
for the next 3
King of the
years.
Hill.
Dude is killing it, bro. I mean, all those new buildings that are getting renovated, all
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. That's him.
That's crazy.
That's him right there.
Yeah, I mean, I see it all downtown. All those buildings and apartments, hotels that are being made there.
That's him. That's the
That's
dude.
insane.
Do you ever
Yeah.
think? I mean, we're talking about all these businesses, all this other stuff, all this like. To me, would be like stressful things. You know, like just overwhelming your head with a whole bunch of. You got to make sure this business is going good, that
Yeah.
business is going good. Do you ever just want to like have those thoughts like, man, this it might be too much. It might be
Yeah.
a little overwhelming all the time. I might just, you know what, I don't want to do this no more, kind of
Yeah.
thing. You
Oh
know?
yeah. Oh yeah. So, it like that's part of the grind, bro. That's so like. I'm a husband and a father before I'm anything, right? So, I got my household, my family, that's what I got to maintain and make sure that we live good. But in order to make sure that they live good, I gotta go provide, right? So if I can create a way that creates an environment for me to be home with my family, but still provides for the family, that's what I'm gonna do. And so if it takes me to build up some time and sacrifice a little bit of time to make sure it's good, and then step away from it, that's what I'm doing. And honestly, I'm really close to that.
It's good.
Because I mean, really with the daycares, I could kind of just let those float and my lifestyle would be good, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to live just good.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that my kids never have to work. Like they'll be their own boss. They don't have to go work at McDonald's.
They're
at
gonna have all
14,
these
you know what I'm
businesses
saying?
and stuff.
Right. I want to make sure all that stuff's good. Like I want to make sure that so the other thing too is like, there's no set number that I have. Like if I hit $10 million, I'm out. There's no number. I don't care if I'm a millionaire. The only thing I care about is my time. I want my freedom to just go whenever I want to and not have to worry like, do I got enough money to buy that?
Yeah.
If I want something, I want to just be able to go, hey, yo, let's go get this, and boom, it's mine. And I can just go whenever I want to. And just do it.
And they got all that hustle and hard work finally paid off.
That's
and stuff.
it, man. That's the game, bro. So
Dang, I want to be like that too, bro. Be able to,
Yeah.
that's
your,
it, man.
my son not be able to work, and then his kids probably don't even have to work because you got all these businesses. You made a name for yourself. You know, people know who Mikey Orlando is.
Yeah.
Basically, I give you 5 to 10 years.
It's like Floyd Mayweather said. My great grandchildren are already millionaires. Ain't even born yet.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's what I'm saying.
you know,
So
it's like Apple. Like I bet the guy, what was his name?
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. His kids never gonna have to do anything ever again. I bet their kids either.
Yeah.
You know.
And so the beauty of people like that, whatever case is, right? Floyd, for instance, right? He get paid to fight. That's his job. That's his hustle. He
Yeah.
trained his whole life, put in hours and hours in training and hard, all this other stuff. Got to where he was making these millions of dollars. Well, then he turned those millions into more millions by creating his own company. So now you have Mayweather Productions, which now instead of him being the headliner of the fights, everybody that's in the house pays him. The pay-per-view pays him, and then he pays the fighter. So imagine if the fighter's getting $5 million and he paid him right out of his pocket $5 million. That means he must have made $500 million. See what I'm saying? So that's another thing, bro. Entertainment, I could go on and on, bro.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
saying, like my brothers, for instance, they used to always want to be rappers.
Yeah.
And I used to always tell them, like, cool, go be the rapper. I want to be the dude that owns the venue.
Yeah.
I want to pay you to come perform and then pocket the rest of the money. So if I'm only paying you a tenth of what the house is bringing, you might make $1 million, but I made 10. See what I'm saying?
Facts, yeah.
I want to be that dude. I don't care to be the guy in the limelight. I don't care to be the guy with the. That's not me. I want to be the dude sitting in the back counting my money while you out there dealing with all the headache.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? That's me.
So you could say that your family and all your kids, your wife, and everything, good, like a big part of why you're doing what you're doing.
Hell yeah.
100%. I bet. Did you having that new daughter kind of push you to kind of step it up a little bit?
Yeah.
You think so?
100%. Yeah.
That's your
what I'm
first
saying.
girl, right?
That's my first girl. My only girl. It'll be my only girl. Yeah. So I have 4 boys and a daughter.
That makes sense.
So yeah.
It took a while
But-
for that girl. Damn.
Yeah, man. My oldest boy, he'll be 16 in August, and then brand new daughter. So I got 16, 13, 8, 5, and brand new. So,
Yeah.
but
That's exciting, man.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's I mean, it's a lot, bro. And like business wise, we could talk for hours. We
Yeah.
could talk for hours about stuff like this.
Are we
bro.
going to watch one day? I want to just sit down, bro, and just talk about all that shit.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm always open, bro. And like, so the other thing too, if you got that same hustle, that same drive, that same mentality, bro, I'll show you the game. I'll show you what I know about the stuff. I'll show you whatever I can to show you out. You know what I'm saying? And
Just give me my 10%.
That's it. That's
Mikey's like, you gotta cut me off, but I got you.
He Uncle Orlando.
I don't ever look at things like, and y'all know me, bro. Like I don't ever look at things as a competition. Like I want everybody to eat. Whenever I was over at the spot, I wasn't that dude that would be like, yeah, bro, I'll train you, but I'm gonna charge you half you did.
Yeah.
I'm gonna train you this and this, but that's not me, bro. If you doing the work and I show you what's up, whatever the case is, do your work, bro. Get your money. Like that's you. I'm not gonna go over there and try to take half of your stuff. Like that's, I think that's you trying to bully somebody. And really, you on some low key pimp stuff. Like that's not on. I don't want to be, bro. Like I own you, pimp out these other little young dudes and try to make them like, that's not me, dog. I can't do that.
Grab my pocket.
Yeah, exactly. Just like that, I'm not trying to do that, dude.
That's crazy.
But hopefully, bro, I mean, this is just me, and I know they feel the same way. I hope in 5 years you accomplish your dream. Be able to not be able to work, not be able to have to work no more, just be at home with your family all the time. Own 18 different businesses, and people know who you are when they're like, damn, who owns that? Who? Oh, it was Mikey. You know Mikey? Yeah, Mikey be on TV, on this stuff, bro, because you have all these businesses and stuff. Hopefully that goes good for you, bro.
Yeah, man, that's the plan, bro.
Hopefully you can hire me too. So
be partners. Forget getting hired. Be a partner, bro. Don't shoot too low, bro. Just
Yeah, I was hoping you maybe hire me as a dishwasher or something, or maintenance for a nightclub or something. But I mean, if you try to make your marketing manager, that's fine. Whatever. Looking at.
Do you have anything to say, Zach?
No, I'm just over here listening.
You learning?
Observing,
you ain't been talking for shit.
I know.
I just like to listen, bro.
In case Zach don't really like to talk whenever Mikey's here, because
he's scared.
Mikey is Zach's kind of Mikey's bitch at the dealership. So
nah, man. There's a lot of different things that we can talk about, bro. But like business,
this was good.
We go all day on this, bro. I'm telling you.
What percentage wise you think you are where you think your life is is good, like complete kind of thing, to where you just like, man, I've done it. You think you're about 80%, 70%.
Nah, nowhere near that, bro. I'm like 25%, bro. I ain't even hit my prime yet.
Damn,
bro.
So you got more. Okay.
Damn, so we're fucked.
Yeah, because I'm probably like at a 0.1111.
Do you think you're like that because like
negatives.
how much you've accomplished? You're like, fuck, there's more out there, and then
nah, I think I'm like this because, so I think the way I grew up, the things that I saw growing up, and the things that I don't want my kids to have to deal with or see growing up, I want to do everything so like, I want to make sure that they never have to worry about any kind of wants or needs or anything like that. That's number one. But the other thing I want to make sure is like, that they never have to deal with the struggles that I had to deal with, or cases too. So like they say money doesn't buy happiness.
Yeah.
But it damn sure provides a whole lot of security.
Yeah.
It damn sure provides a whole lot of smiles, I guess you would say. So
if people who have family and you come up with a lot of money, I mean, I feel like, money does make you happy if you take it that way, kind of thing. But if some people just say, oh, I make all this money, but I'm still not happy. Why is that? Because you don't spend the time with your family, kind of thing,
So like, but don't get me wrong, bro. My kids are gonna work.
Yeah.
They're not gonna just get anything handed to them. They're gonna understand. Like my boys right now, when it's time to cut the grass, I got my 8-year-old, my 5-year-old. They out there cutting the grass with me. They out there doing it. Like they're not nobody's getting nothing handed to them. They're gonna have to earn their stuff. Now, if it gets to that point later on down the road where it's like, hey, Pop, I got this going on. I want to try this venture. I want to try this, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I'm gonna support it. I'll put whatever I gotta put behind it, but so I support it. Yeah. But they gotta build it. They gotta make sure it succeeds. They gotta make sure. I'm not gonna just be like, yeah, okay, here, I'll make sure everything's done for you. Like, no, that's not gonna happen. They gonna have to do their own thing. But
that's what's up, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You got anything to say, Eric?
I got a lot to say. A lot. But I know we gotta cut this short a little bit just because it's already been too long. But yeah,
we went long.
Y'all give me about 5 and about
we got a little long-winded.
Yeah, y'all give me about a little bit.
Good.
Give me about 3 years. But yeah, definitely. If you guys ever have any like business questions, and I'm not just saying it just because he's here right now, but if y'all have any business questions, y'all want to start a business, y'all want to know the ins and outs about like taxes and all this, grants, loans and stuff, definitely hit him up. I mean, he loves to see everybody eat. He loves to see everybody succeed and get a name for themselves 100%. So definitely hit them up on Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, AOL, Kick, whatever the hell y'all be using. Yeah. But before we close out, shout out your businesses, all your business you got, everything you do.
Yeah, man. So I got obviously the daycares, This Little Piggy Academy, This Little Piggy Academy 2.
So cute.
Right now, there's a waiting list, man. You can get on the waiting list. You can go to www.thislittlepigacademy.com, get on the waiting list. But it's a long wait right now. My brother, he got his own thing going too. I always like to support my brother. He got Waco Gold Grills. It's my brother Joey. He does the jewelry. Got the gold grill thing going on. He got he does a lot of different things right now. He wears a lot of hats, or whatever case is. But yeah, man, I always try to make sure that all my peoples succeed. That's kind of the
good
thing, bro. So I mean, I ain't gonna do it for him, but I'm gonna make sure I try to support as much as I can. So that's the same thing with y'all. That's what I'm saying. We need to get y'all some sponsors.
Yeah, that made me happy when you said that. I was like, damn.
I'm gonna start looking for some people. I got a couple of heads. So like my boy Joe Cuts, man, over at the shop, him and Benny, they got their own barbershop. Like that's my peoples over there. So that's another dude that he's the same way, bro. Same like-minded kind of guy.
We have to connect. See if he can come on.
Yeah, you got to
help
get him
him
up
too.
There. Yeah. It's a good move. He's man. I'm saying he's a character though, bro. He'll have you up here laughing your ass off. Yeah,
that'd be interesting.
Yeah,
I would say he can cut all of our hairs, but Zach likes to go to Great Clips in Walmart.
The sports clips. They always got the game on.
He's dead ass too.
He's cut by an Asian girl.
You got anything to say?
Nah, Mikey already knows what's up. I got a lot of respect and love for him. So
yeah,
we've been
damn, that was good.
We've been like that for a while. So, but yeah, I always talk about Mikey in a positive light. Lots of respect. I look up to him. I don't look up to many people, so
that's good.
I
told him before. I said, I mean, everything you've done, bro, you've actually showed me like made me hustle more compared to what he has now. I want to do that same thing, and we already talked about we're gonna sit down one day, even if it's for an hour, even if it's 30 minutes, whatever, and talk about some business options so we can all better ourselves. And I want to be able to be in his shoes one day and have my own business, be able to create that and be able to have more people that be like, hey, can you help me out with this? I want to start my own business and whatever. You know?
Angel investor.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
That's crazy.
I didn't even tell y'all how I came up with the idea to do daycare neither. Like nobody looks at me and thinks I own daycares.
Because you got like 12 kids?
Nah, man. It was actually out of desperation, bro. I got hurt. I was working on the plane and I popped my appendix. I was in the hospital for about a week.
This when you were in the Army?
Nah, I had already got out.
He was in the Air Force.
Yeah,
Air Force, my fault.
Yeah, Air Force. But I had popped my appendix. I was in the I was working on a plane, popped my appendix. I was in the hospital for about a week and a half. And I was like, man, if something were to happen to me, how am I gonna take care of my wife and kids and make sure everything's good? And so my wife, she used to work for the state as a daycare investigator, so she was a walking rule book. So man,
like a health inspector kind of thing.
Kind of thing, yeah. She would go and just make sure everything was up to par, make sure everything. So she would go to a daycare and be like, man, I saw this really cool idea today. This was over here and this was over here. Like she would pull, the good things and the bad things. So she knew what to do. But yeah, just to sum it up, bro. Basically, what it was I was in the hospital, grabbed me a laptop, put together a little marketing plan, see what the demand was here in town. I knew it was huge, and so I told her I'm gonna put every dollar I got into this thing, and you're gonna run it. And she was like, "Let's try it." And that was 5.5 years ago now. So we've been kicking.
Were you kind of scared a little bit when you started it?
Hell yeah, bro! I went broke.
Like, what if it didn't work?
Yeah.
Damn.
So I remember I wrote the biggest check I had ever wrote in my life at the time because I thought like, okay, this will buy me some time. So when I first got the building, it was an empty shell. There was nothing in it. I had to do all the renovation myself. And so I wrote a check for $7,000 and I gave it to the landlord. I said, this will buy me my first 4 months, I think is what it was. So here's $7,000. And my plan was, here's your $7,000. I'm gonna open up next month, start making my money back, and I'll be good. I gave him $7,000. We didn't open up for 5 months because we had to pass all these inspections and everything was waiting. So I went in the hole like $30,000 off the bat. Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, bro. Fuck. Yeah, it was scary for a minute. I was like, man, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna make this work? And so I figured out a way to do it and make it work. And lo and behold, now we talking about 5 million coming soon. So.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
went from being negative $30,000 to
we talking about
positive $4 million because you're gonna give us each about half a million.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I get offers on my business all the time. Like I had an offer not too long ago for like $650,000 they could buy it. I was like, nah.
They want to buy the company or just or like that building?
Nah, the company. They just buy it. So if you buy my company, you buy the name and the clientele that comes with it. So the waiting list and all the people that's there already and all that stuff like that.
Oh
So,
shit!
and you take over my leases and all my equipment and stuff like
And
that.
just get it out of your name, basically.
Yeah, and it's just off me and on them. So, but yeah, I had an offer for like 650,000. I was like,
Damn.
nah, it was hard to walk away from that. It was hard
I
to say
bet.
no.
I bet.
I said, I
Yeah,
was
open
like,
up briefcase 600.
Yeah, I was like,
I mean, like,
Deal or no deal? What'd you
Yeah.
say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
Anything you gotta say?
I'm inspired. I didn't know this. Like, I didn't know this. I really learned that there's just a lot of information out there, and there's a lot of stuff that maybe people like that are just living everyday life. That I mean, there's just a lot of stuff out there that we don't even know about,
yeah, man.
and it motivates me. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna go home and type SBA.org,
telling you.
gov or whatever it was.
SBA.gov, that's the one.
And
That's-
then-
You know how to spell it?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
And just look at that. Like, that's really what I took in, and you know, just the fact that I was like, damn, you started working at a very young age. That makes sense why you are the way you are now.
yeah, bro.
So
Yeah, man. Take advantage of it, bro. It's free money out there. You can get it. I mean, all you gotta do is figure out how to do it. Just do
Yeah.
some research and get that money, bro. That's all that matters.
yeah, I appreciate you coming on. I mean, Eric tells me like, oh, Mikey wants to be on and this and that. So I appreciate that. And I like the fact that you said like, oh man, we need to get some sponsors. And I was like, fuck, dude, that means a lot because you like what we're doing and,
Yeah.
and you support what we're doing. So
Hell
I
yeah.
really appreciate that.
100%,
It means
bro.
a lot.
Yeah, man.
Mhm.
I appreciate y'all having me, bro.
No, of course.
Sure.
This was really good. I really enjoyed it, and I think a lot of people are going to enjoy it. I'm excited to.
I think a
to
lot of
work.
people are gonna learn like a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And hopefully, people will hit you up and say, "Hey, man, can we sit down and talk about some kind of business degree?"
Yeah.
Maybe somebody might
No.
watch this that already has like a whole bunch of money. They wanna, hey, I want to give you so and so money. I need you to take care of it. Flip this shit.
You know what that's called?
know.
That's actually a job called consultation.
Yeah, I was going to say, you better charge a consultation fee.
You know, you can charge whatever you want as a consultant.
Yeah, do it. There you go. Make some little extra money. You can say consultation/pimp business or whatever.
Whatever it is. Grab my pocket.
Yeah.
But man, it was a pleasure having you. I'm glad we finally were able to have you learn some stuff.
Yeah.
You guys are watching. Hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys get inspired. The people back there people who are watching who are just like, man, what am I gonna do? I'm struggling right now. There's free money out there. Free. I mean, just hustle, grind, and you can literally do anything. Literally.
Yeah.
You know, just like they say in the movies. Oh man, I became so and so. You know, all your dreams can come true. You just put
Yeah.
your heart and mind to it, so and so, and that is true, 100%.
Absolutely.
Facts.
So
No printer.
make sure you like, subscribe, share the video, follow us everywhere on our platforms, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, or individually on Facebook. And keep showing love and support.
Yeah.
I know Zach talked about this last week. We have a donation button, so anyone who wants to make donation, make the donation. We got 2 cameras rolling. We got 2 lights on.
This is the first time we have 2 cameras
yeah.
rolling.
So hopefully it turns out really good.
yeah.
You know?
And are you gonna do the
The intro's gonna be ready. So we
Yeah.
have an intro in there. It's gonna be badass.
We got a brand new
Hell
intro
yeah.
coming
Got
in.
an intro
Yeah.
song and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah, it's gonna be
something.
clean.
Like it's like a whole bunch of stuff that just
Yeah.
it's clean.
Yeah.
Looks good.
So then I mean that's really it. Anything you guys want to say?
You good?
That's it.
You
Love.
good?
All
Y'all hit us up
Hold
if
on.
y'all want to be
I
on.
got an outro. I got an outro. I got. Oh,
No,
I
what?
appreciate
Yeah, yeah.
Zach a lot for what he put together. We touched on
Okay,
a
fuck
few.
me, right? Yeah.
No, he put it together. I'm not saying anything else, but he put it together, and I really appreciate. Even though we didn't touch on a lot of stuff, it was definitely a good just format and
Before that, if you guys want to,
just go.
yeah. Before you go into
He
your
said,
outro,
he
that's
said
why.
before that, but
Yeah,
after you already started.
before you want to get into that, if any of you guys want to actually be on the podcast, hit us up. Or if you know somebody that wants to share their word, inspire themselves, or whatever the case is, and wants to, if they're doing something, they want to spread the word out like an army recruiter or something, something
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
Or not stupid.
We-
Yeah, let me get that wrong. That's not stupid. Cut that out. Cut that shit out.
I'm not cutting it out. We're not cutting it out anymore.
But
Yeah, you done fucked up, bro.
yeah, all the army recruiters. What do you mean stupid? You think our shit is stupid?
So much
No.
for sponsors. So
Yeah.
much for sponsors.
Yeah, you're gonna have to cut that out, bro.
I got
I'm
you.
gonna have to get shot. But or like an army recruiter or somebody who like wants to spread their word out, hit us up. We would love to have you. Now you can go ahead and do your little action.
Well, I was just gonna say I appreciate you doing
For
this.
sure.
It really helps. I mean, even like I said, we didn't touch on everything, but it definitely helped us stay on track. But I just want to thank everyone who tunes in, week out. We appreciate the love and the feedback. Never forget to always stay true to yourself, and remember, any situation can be overcome. It's never late to turn it all around. Thanks for everyone who watching. We'll see you next week. Peace and love, baby.